I will start explaining you what I think is one of the greatest tool that we have on the dashboard. That is the supply and demand tool. And this tool took a lot of time to be coded and to get to this final version, because it's really not easy to get this points on the chart. And I don't know if you all are familiar with supply and demand, but the idea behind this concept is the following. Imagining that you, I like to give this example. Imagine that you have soybeans to sell, that you really have the soybeans in your barn, and you are stocking it for, let's say, the last 4 months, and right now you see a price that it's impossible for you not to sell, because this is the best price that you can imagine. So you get all that soybean that you have stored, and you just sell it at the current price. Imagine if more people like you have the same thought at the same time and consider that level of price really good. So what we create on that level of price is what we call a liquidity zone, or in this case, a supply zone. Is a place where even if you buy a lot, even if you try to push price higher, you will find a lot of sellers, because these sellers consider that level of price to be a really good level to sell. And you may ask me, but how do you know what level of price is this? It's really impossible to know, because for example, every producer has one different cost of production, and so it's impossible to know what is the best price for each one. But we can, looking at the charts, we can imagine what the best price is. And how do we do this? Let me show you with, for example, sugar. Yes. Okay. So this is the weekly chart for sugar. Okay. So just 1 second. With this. Okay. So here I have the supply and demand indicator. So let's, for example, put a rate. Yes. So what this indicator is trying to catch and to show us levels of price where we had turning price, where prices find sellers or find buyers. For example, I think we can say this level right here, we found buyers, a lot of buyers, and even after this zone level, price reacted very fast. Okay, and it's the same idea on this level right here. And as you can see, this is a weekly chart. So from this point to this point here, we are talking about 81 weeks. So that's a lot of time. So it's more than a year. Okay. And as you can see, remember what I told you about a level of price that you can't ignore, that you have to sell, or in this case that you have to buy, because the price is very attractive, that you can lose the opportunity. So a year later, we have a similar reaction at a similar level price. So what this indicator, what this tool is telling us, and this posting on the Slack chat is exactly these price levels. So every time we have a price going as entering in a zone like this, we are going to get an alert on our Slack chat. Okay, so that's exactly what this tool does, and it's exactly what is alerting us. So, but Leo, how do I know that for example, price is going to reach this level and not is going and it's not going to break this high and continue going higher? Okay, this is not an easy question to answer, but I'm going to tell you what I do for this. Okay, first thing, this is not the first time that I'm going to tell you, but what I do, I use quote data to get my bias. So I know, for example, right now that I am bullish dollar. Okay, um, let's take a look, for example, on sugar. If we have some signal for sugar, just so we don't lose the idea about the. I think it's here, sugar. Okay, if I'm not wrong, the last week we got a signal for sugar. So first thing, check this. We are in a level of price, in a level of positions where the last time the non-commercials took profits. Can you see here? So we are talking about, this was on start of end of February of this year. So let's go to the end of February of this year. So, okay, it's exactly this candle right here. Okay, so right now we are at exactly same level of positions. So I have right now a bearish bias on sugar. Okay, so how do I use the supply and demand levels to trade? Let's say that I'm not interested to do swing trades. I want to do day trades. And so what I need to do is to go to a smaller time frame, like let's say 4 hours. Okay, so looking at this, I know that the next liquidity zone, in this case, this was a supply zone that right now is behaving like a demand zone because price is above it. So if I have a bearish bias, what would be my approach to this? Well, first thing, if price came to this region right here, for sure, I'm going to try a short here. I'm going to try a short here and with a stop loss at these levels right here. If I am more aggressive, I can do, for example, I can try something like this, a short right here with a very, very, very small stop loss, but trying to reach this zone. Okay, this is one kind of approach. Another thing that I can do, if I am more conservative, I can make my stop loss wider, and I think I can try to enter on the trade right here. Okay, so this is one kind of approach. So, but imagine that the price never come back, never go to the upside again, and we are start to trade to the downside. So what I'm going to do, so this is right now is a demand zone, so we must buy on a demand zone. This is almost true, but we have a bearish bias. So in this case, we are going to trade the breakout. Okay, so we are going to expect a movement. This is similar to the all markets because this is how traders behave. You are not going to see price doing this, but later price do behave like this. So our approach here is to wait the breakout right here. Since once you have the price has breaking down, we can place our order right here to sell because I'm pretty sure, pretty right that the price is going to do something like this. Okay, if price goes above and start to trend, you have to stop, because probably we are going to seek this region again. Okay, why I'm posting all the alerts, everything on the Slack chat? Well, because for example, I don't trade Dash or Bitcoin Cash, but someone can trade. Okay, and also right now what I did, the supply and demand tool is almost real time. It's updating every 3 seconds. So if you don't want to see the alerts on the Slack, but you prefer to see for yourself here, because you can filter, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add another filter here for groups, assets of group of assets like currencies and cryptocurrencies. So you can, or just, you can leave the channel, or you can mute the channel. Okay, my friends, so if I'm not wrong, yes, it's here. You will go to this little eye right here. Okay, click on more and move supply and demand channel. So we won't get a lot of this, lots of alerts. Okay, this is clear for you, friends?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like it.
Cool. Okay, so let's move to the other step, to the other thing that I want to show you. Okay, so I will explain from my knowledge, and then I create some charts from the price levels that we have here. Basically, the pivot points, it's simple. Pivot points, the pivot here, can you see here? This price level is high from past day plus low from past day plus close from the last day divided by 3. So we have the pivot point. And the theory about this is telling us that if we have price above the pivot point, we should look for long trades, and we have below, we should look for short trades. And but how do I trade this? I look for when price are above the extreme points. For example, we have right here Euro PLN above the resistance tree. So let's take a look on Euro PLN. Can you see how stretched Euro PLN is today? So what I like to do in a case like this is to trade the return to at least the R2, okay? But again, friends, this is one thing that you should not use alone. You have to use with combination with another tools. For example, let me add again here the supply and demand indicator. Let's see one thing. Okay, so if I want to short this, the better approach right now, not looking at code data, not looking at nothing, just looking at the pivot point and supply and demand, is to place a short order right here, something like this. This is a smart technical analysis approach to trade. This is a smart thing to do. Okay, so the goal of all these tools is not to provide you signals, but to provide you intelligence. So you know that, oh, right now I know that USD PLN is above resistance 3. Okay, so let's take a look. Let me cancel this. USD PLN. It's above. So again, we are going to this supply right here. But let's say that you don't want to play the short, you want to play to the long side, because we know that that we have a bullish buy on the dollar. So what I can do, I can enter long here. Let's see what is the pivot point, the R3. Let's go back to SDPLN. Okay, so the R3 is 3.7275, but the previous resistance is 3.7073. So let me draw this line. Okay, so what I can do, simple. I can enter long here, place my stop loss here. For example, I can place my stop loss here or my stop loss here and aim to the next supply zone. We are in 30 minutes. Let's see on the 4 hours. See, this is a smart trade to do. This is the right way to use the tools. Okay, so the idea is not to give you signals is not to be a signal provider, but to provide you intelligence tools that you can take your own decisions and aggregate this to your trading strategies. Let's take a look to the other side. What we have below, see, we have nothing below the support 3, but let's take a look what is below the support 2. So we have EuroCAD. Let's take a look on EuroCAD. Okay, check this. EuroCAD is below support 2 and it's inside a demand zone on the 4-hour charts. Okay, so this is a smart trade to take because we have right here a place a point to edge to put our stop loss, so we know that below this the price can go to this region right here, so we know that we have to stop right here. Or if you want to trade the breakout, you know that you are going to expect price to take this level, you are going to place your stop loss here and your take profit right here. Okay, so this is all will depend the approach that you are using. And again, friends, this is not considering the bias, just considering the technical levels. Okay, so yes, of course, you can go here, you can go to the code data, and remember that on our code tool we have synthetic data for all crosses. So for example, EuroCAD, you won't find EuroCAD code data on the official reports, but we have right here because I do a mix of it. I mix the Euro data against the CAD data, so we can have a EuroCAD data. So right now we know that the EuroCAD is extremely stretched, so we should expect some downside to the EuroCAD. So the smart trade right here is yes, to trade the breakout to the downside. Okay, can you see price extremely stretched, and is exactly what the code data is telling us. Okay, exactly what code data is telling us. And then we saw EuroCAD below the support 2 on the looking at the pivot points, and right now inside the demand zone. So yes, friends, this is a smart trade to take. Probably we are going to see this. Okay. Is this all clear for you, my friends? I don't know if you can see this little chat window on your Zoom. If you can, please just say okay, I can see, I'm hearing. So I can move to the next. That's good. So I can move to the next next topic of our. Okay, my friends, pretty cool. So let's take a look on the this 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 alert part is I think is almost self-explanatory, but yet I'm going to tell you what this is. This is simple. Right now, we just have two indicators, and I thought it would be much simpler to add a lot of indicators, but it looks like it's not. But right now we have Bollinger Bands and RSI. And again, what the indicator is telling us, let's get something on the 4 hours. So I know that, for example, Euro NZD on 4-hour charts is below the RSI of 30. So let's take a look on Euro NZD. I don't know if you know, but if you click on the, for example, here on Euro NZD, it's going to open the trading view, not on the exactly time frame, but it's going to open the chart for you. And my friends, also the supply and demand indicator for trading view and this supply and demand indicator that I'm using here on CTrader is available for you as part of your subscription. And I also have it for MetaTrader 4, is also part of your subscription, okay? I shared the links inside the trading room. It's available on the store. You just need to log in with your password and the price will be 0 for you, okay, my friends? So coming back to what we are discussing, we are talking about Euro NZD below RSI of 30 on 4 hours, Euro NZD. And if I am not wrong about the code I wrote, I think I'm using, yes, let me just check. I think I'm using the typical price that is high plus low plus, let me see, it's here, to generate their RSI because it's more reliable. Yes, open plus high plus low divided by 3 to generate the RSI. Okay, so this way we don't have the spikes and something like this. Braxton, do you already have the indicator, the trading view indicator? Okay. I have a video here on my computer, so I'm going to share with you all inside the room how to add the indicator to trading view. But just one word of just one advice. This platform that I use, the CTrader, is from this guy's Spotware. You can download it without need to open an account on a broker. And because the indicator for the supply and demand indicator for CTrader is much more complete than for the trading view. And I have, can you see this custom? All these indicators are indicators that I wrote, and this is going to be a pleasure to share with you all these indicators. Okay, my friends? So the RSI, again, RSI and the Bollinger Bands is not supposed to be a signal. But for example, right here, you can, let's say that you want to know how the USD pairs are behaving. So you just come here to this filter right here and you type USD. So we know, let's classify here by. So we know that, can you see that USD is still very, it's not being bought yet because on daily, the RSI on Euro USD is still above 70. Same thing for GBP USD. For USD NOK is still below 30 on daily. And it's still above 70 for USD on 1 hour. So right here, the idea for this is to give you, how can I say, a perspective on what's happening so you can take your decision. Okay, my friends, the overall idea behind this is to have thousands of indicators so we can have a tool that Bloomberg has that we are going to do something like this. For example, we are saying, so I want all assets that have RSI greater than 70 and Bollinger Bands is below the lower band, and the moving average of 7 is above the moving average of 21, and and then we click search, and the system return us these assets. And this is the goal of this, is being implemented, but it's more difficult than I thought in the beginning. Okay, my friends. So I'm going to move to one thing that I like a lot, that is the fundamentals. And I'm going to also tell you the future of this tool. So the idea behind this tool, the fundamental tools, is simple. Every time for example, let me show you. So we saw here this, we have this channel telling us that yesterday we have ESM for United States, and was better than, it was better than consensus, was better than previous. And but what does this mean? This is good, this is bad. How do I read this? You can say, okay, Leo, you wrote there how to read, but now then, I'm just kidding, friends. But how in overall, how is this good? Is this not good? How do I interpret this? Honestly, this is also a difficult that I should have, but I figure out an idea on how to fix this. This year that we are living is something completely out of the curve. So most of the time, the traders and more important, the algorithms are not important with the number itself, but if the number performed better than expected, if the number was in line with expected, was better than previous, was worse than previous. And because if you have a number actual that is better than previous, this is telling us that in this case the economy is doing better. And if you have a number that is better than the consensus, we know that we have an economy that is doing better, and it is doing better than expected. Okay, but for example, if you have the actual number that is better than previous, but is worse than consensus, yes, the economy is doing better, but it's not doing better as expected. And this is also true for if you have a number that is worse than expected. Okay, so what I did, I get this. I'm going to paste this here for you. Okay, I pasted here, but it was not good. I'm going to paste on Slack too, so you all have I'm pasting it on general channel. Okay, so you all know what I'm talking about. So friends, this not good. But after the meeting, I'm going to share how it should be. But these are the economic indicators. Can you see here? PMI, consumer price index, interest rates, unemployment, inflation, confidence of consumer, money supply, GDP, trade balance. So using these economic indicators, I create these charts. So let's take a look just on the United States. So this is according to these trading indicators, that the only thing I do is to compare them. If it's better than previous, if it's better than previous and better than consensus, then I give a score of 3. If not, I give a score of 2, or a score of 1, or a score of minus 1, and I do a cumulative sum and create these charts. Okay, so this gives us the overall idea on how the economies are behaving. And how, so, okay, Leo, cool, but how do I use this for my trade? Do you use this to get bias, to know what side you should trade? For example, on this chart, right now we have Eurozone on the green against United States on the black. So this is telling us that US economy is doing better than Eurozone economy. So the idea here is to short Euro USD. Okay, this is the idea. It's telling us that the United States is doing better than the Eurozone. So we should take short trades on Euro USD. And to make things easier, you have here the table. Okay, so you don't need to go compare all the charts. The system already do this for you. Okay, it's here. And if you want to know how the system is performing, I even created here. You just click here, you go to the signals, click on signals, click on Funda score, okay, and the system will show you. Sometimes people see this lot of negative pips, but this is USD rub. This 1,000 pips is like 100 pips, okay? So the system is telling us when it was the last change on the bias, when economy start to perform better than the other, what was the price that this happened, and how much pips it's doing before it happened. Okay, we don't have right now a history, but I promise you guys that until the end of this week, we are going to have a history of all the changes that we have along the past, let's say, 8 years on the Funde score. Okay, so as you can see, everything is much simpler than it looks like. So the idea is never to make things that you cannot understand or you need to study to understand. The idea is to give you the intel to prepare you to take your trade. So the idea is not to provide signals, but to provide you with tools that give you intelligence to create your trades. Okay. One last thing that I would like to show you is on the code tool. This is something that sometimes we ignore, but we should not. That is the big mover tables. So right here, let's say that we want to know what assets had at least 85% change on the net positions. So we just come here and slide this little slide to the value that we want. So we know that this week corn was massively bought. Okay, so they add 53,000 contracts to the long side. Okay, so this is also going to give you bias and give you intelligence and to know what to do, my friends. Okay. Also check this. What is this trading power stuff? This is not the first time that I'm going to tell you, but the idea is this. Remember when I told you that that the amount of money in the markets changed by a little, the big players remain the same along the time. So what the money does is just change pockets. The amount of money in the markets to trade remain roughly the same. The big players remain roughly the same. So the idea here is that these guys, they have memory of trading. So right now, for example, let's take a look on coffee. The system is telling us that on looking on the time series, on the time series, the history for the coffee when non-commercials was at these levels of longs, they start to take profits. Okay, so let's take a look on the coffee chart to see how coffee. Okay, so it's not see, this is not some kind of magic or thing like this. This is just us looking at data. And again, so the system is telling us that maybe the non-commercials will start to take profits, and then we look on the chart, we are seeing that they are starting to take profit at a place that they took profit in the past, that is this big and huge supply zone right here. Okay, so this is the idea of the tools, my friends. And I know sometimes people can get a little bit frustrated because we are not getting a lot of trades, but the idea is not to get a lot of trades. The idea is to get good trades and let the trades run and play all the trend. And the last 2-3 months was awful to traders that trade the trends, because we end sideways all these months. Okay, what is going to do right now, friends? I'm going to end the meeting, and I'm going to send the link again. So because we are running out of time on this Zoom call. Okay, so I'm ending the meeting. And